Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. My name is Nate Born Again, and I have a very spicy, interesting video for you guys today. So basically, this Muslim I had a debate with the other night. He claimed to speak Arabic, and he said he was a Muslim. He actually admits to the fact that there are certain versions of the Quran that are incorrect, and some that are worse than others. And he also says that Quran.com is not a reliable source for anybody to learn about the Quran, which I found very fascinating. But it gets much worse because he proclaims to be a Muslim who speaks Arabic, and when I ask him to speak Arabic, he is completely silent and he leaves the debates. But guys, please go ahead and donate to me and help me out for only $4.99 a month. For less than a gallon of gas, you guys can go ahead and support me and my work at patreon.com/NateBornAgain. Also at thinkingmindsministry.com. I appreciate all your support. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, share, and enjoy. Why would you follow Islam knowing that it explicitly teaches you to do these hateful things?
May I ask what hateful things is it teaching me to do? Like obeying Jesus Christ?
Surah
How is that?
434.
What exactly does it say in Surah 434? Would you mind reading it to me?
Sure, let's go ahead and read it. If you want to, you can go ahead and share your screen because my thing is probably going to cut out if I share my screen. But if anybody wants to search it up, it's Quran chapter 4, ayah or verse 34. And then which version of the Quran would you like to read? Which is best for you?
As long as it's in English. I have a Quran right in front of me. I just want to make sure we're reading the same
No, but
exact
which
thing.
no, but which version? Do you want to read the T Usmani, the Al-Madudi, the Yusuf Ali? Which version?
Yusuf Ali. You can go with Yusuf Ali.
Okay, that's the best version for you? Alrighty.
Sure.
So whenever we read this, it says, men are their protectors and maintainers of women because Allah has given them one more than the other. And because they support them for their means, therefore the righteous women are devoutly obedient and guard in absence what Allah would have them guard. As to women, those who part ye fear disloyalty and ill conduct, admonish them. Refuse to share their beds, beat them. But if they return to
It says
obedience,
in
seek not
chastise
against
them.
them means. No. It says beat them. I'm reading Yusuf Ali. Are you on a different version of the Quran now?
It said no. I'm reading the Yusuf Ali one. It says and chastise them. It doesn't say and beat them.
Well,
What book are you reading?
I'm reading the Yusuf Ali Quran. I'm reading, or unless we have different versions of the Quran, I'm not sure.
I think you have a spooked out version of the Quran. I have one right here,
No,
but
I
I'm
mean,
doing a Yusuf Ali.
I'll go ahead and share my screen. Hopefully, it doesn't lag out. But I'm reading the Yusuf Ali version of the Quran. So let me go ahead and see if you can see it too. Let me
Yeah.
see if you
It
guys
says
can
right
see it
here.
really quickly. So if I read the Yusuf Ali, it makes it very clear right here. It says beat them.
All right, so look, do you not see the book that's in front of me? Because just so you know, I'm not lying to you. The Quran, translated
No,
by
I
Abdullah
believe
Yusuf
you.
Ali. And it says it right here. It says, and guard them absence when Allah, blah, 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 disloyalty and ill conduct, and admonish them, refuse to share their beds, and at last chastise them lightly. Lightly. Chastise them lightly. It doesn't say beat them or beat them in a harsh manner. It says chastise them lightly. Do you know what it means to chastise somebody, Nate? Like the way you chastise Muslims?
Right.
That's what
So
it means to
again, you might be
chastise somebody.
right. So you might be reading a different version. I thought we were both on the same page that we're reading Yusuf Ali, but Yusuf Ali actually says beat them. And as far as like the parentheses, I don't believe in the whole parentheses because those are just added words to take away from the original barbaric meaning that it actually means in the Arabic. So whenever we read it, it actually means to beat them. Yes, you may have a softened version of the Quran, but the actual version of the Quran teaches you that it's okay to beat or strike your wife in Surah 434.
Well,
And
here's the
that's a
thing.
big thing that I'm
It's easier
against.
to call somebody out on a physical book rather than something that's written online like a blog that's meant to target Muslims. So if you're reading
No,
from
this
that, it's
is
like, well, who's
Quran.com.
truthful? I
This is
can't see your
Quran.com.
screen.
It's
I can't see
truthful.
what you're looking at.
Well, I
I
was just
can't see your
sharing my
screen.
screen. Okay, hold on. Let me go ahead and share my screen. I can only share it really quickly. So if you guys can look at the top, so you guys can see I'm not lying, it says Quran.com. And then out of all the versions of the Quran, I chose this version, the Yusuf Ali, because he said that was best. And it says right here to beat them. So I'm not making this up. This is actually on the website, on Quran.com. It's the most non-biased website, guys. Quran.com. Yusuf Ali version.
Okay, so whose version is right? The version I have that's translated by Abdullah, or the version you have that's online? I believe the version I have in my hand is correct. I'm calling you out. I'm
That
saying the version that you have is wrong.
that's the question. That's the
And
whole
not for
debate, because
nothing, Nate.
whenever
As
you
far as
look at Islam,
translation is
and I agree
concerned,
with you.
as
Yeah,
far
I
as
agree with you.
translation
There's
is
different
concerned,
versions of
I
the
would I
Quran.
would
There's
go
too
back.
many versions.
Well, I think there's too many versions of the Bible, and as far as I'm
There's
concerned,
too many, but
historians,
it's consistent, different
but
translations, but you have
but
different
Nate,
versions that
but
have
Nate,
different meanings.
but Nate,
You see the difference?
historians have said that the Bible was copied from the Gilgamesh and all the Sumerian tablets and all that stuff. And when you actually go and translate it, it does. The Bible was definitely copied from all
You
these
just
old
wait, hold
Sumerian
on, hold on.
translators.
I wanna go back a few seconds to what you just said, because I agree with you. First of all, I agree. I'm not trying to be offensive, but you just buried the Quran yourself. You said, well, which version is correct? Because you have your version of the Quran and I have my version of the Quran right in front of me physically, and that's what we're saying. I agree with you. We do have different versions of the Quran. That's the whole point. You have a softened, Americanized version of the Quran to give to Westerners so it doesn't seem so bad. But I'm actually reading the direct translation from the Arabic into the English of the Quran. And you can see how gore and vile the Quran truly is. It says
So
to
when the
beat
Bible
your
tells
wife,
you
to
to
strike
rape
your
a
wife.
woman, that's not gore
Right.
either, like Deuteronomy. Like when
So again,
Deuteronomy
I
tells you
said,
to like beat and
so are you
rape
going to
women, that's not
listen?
gore.
So, like, for example, whenever we look at the Bible, again, you could take things out of context and you could say things that God himself is not saying, for example, or again, you could take things out of context, but that doesn't justify what the Quran is actually stating. So let's just say hypothetically, my God in Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, he says, go rape 3 children before you go to heaven. Right? Let's say if he said that, that doesn't justify the fact that Islam is still wrong. So you can't use this like double standard. You can't use this form of, oh, well, the Bible says this and that. It doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong, quote unquote, on my religion, because we're talking about Islam. Right? And so whenever we look at Islam, you and I both just came to this conclusion right now. You said it, not me. Well, how do we know which religion or which version of the Quran is right? Is
No,
yours
that's two
correct or is
totally
mine
different
correct?
things. A
No,
translation
you.
of a text versus the
No,
whole
you said
religion entirely.
no
And
because
then and
you
on top of that,
just came to the conclusion with me. Which version is correct? Yours on the internet or mine in person?
the
And that's what I was
translation,
telling you.
not the
No,
religion. We're
no, but
talking
that's
about
what
the
no.
translation, not the
I know
religion.
I'm not talking but I'm not talking about the translation. I'm not talking about the religion. I'm talking about the version of the Quran. You and I have two different versions of the Quran. And that's why I said I agree with you when you said you and I, which one is right? Is your version of the Quran correct, or is my version that I have in the physical copy correct? And I said these two different versions are different, and that's the whole point. So whenever you look at Islam, you see all these different versions. Mine says to strike and to beat, right? The actual direct Arabic translation. Then you have a watered down Quran that says something totally different for Westerners to read. And that's the point that I'm trying to make. But when you read the direct English translation, you get to strike and beat your wife. This is the issue with Islam, and this is a huge have to follow
And
and
I'm
go through.
saying that that translation is wrong. So it was a rhetorical question. That question on which version was right, it was rhetorical. I know the version that I'm reading is correct. The whole point of what I said was to let you know that what you're reading is wrong. But I know you're not willing to accept that as a possibility, because I understand you have animosity towards people of Islam. Like it's very clear and it's very evident. So, but my thing is this, and it goes back to the main question that I was
Okay.
asking you before. Why don't you have the same animosity towards people that say that your God and your Lord and Savior is boiling in an excrement? That was my question, and I still didn't get a direct
That's
answer.
actually a really good
You came
question.
out,
That's
you
actually a
came
really good
out and
question.
said, yeah, but you still
So
never answered it. You started
hold on. You're
preaching
running.
it.
No. I'm talking about something else. So you're running away from what we were just talking about, because someone just in the comments said something, which I think is really great. So if you speak Arabic, right? I'm asking because you seem like some kind of Arabic expert. You're claiming that your version of the Quran is better than my version of the Quran. So how do you know that? How can you prove that your version of the Quran is more reliable
I'm
than
saying the
mine?
English
Because the one I'm using is
translation.
really popular. Yeah,
You
I
don't
know. That's why I'm
understand
asking.
Arabic. Like,
No,
what are
no,
you talking
no,
about?
no,
You're not
no,
even a
no, no. But
Muslim.
that's what. No, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. So your version of the Quran is different from my version of the Quran. So how do you know that yours is more reliable? Because you don't speak Arabic. How do you know that? That's why I
I
said, do you speak Arabic?
Wallahi, I definitely do speak Arabic. Yo,
Okay.
that's the crazy
So
part.
so
Is that I'm telling you, the
okay. So you
translation
speak
of
so
what
you
you're
speak
reading is
okay.
wrong. So and
So
so
you
and
speak
that's my
Quran
understanding. I think we're
so
coming to
you
like a
speak Quranic
mental
Arabic. So you speak Quranic
Quranic
Arabic.
Arabic. That's a little
Okay.
prejudice. A, that's a
Okay.
little prejudice. Quranic Arabic. That's like me asking you if you
Okay.
speak biblical English. Like, come on now, bro. Like, what does that
Do you
sound
speak
like?
Quranic, bro? That's not even
Quranic Arabic?
what.
Quranic
Okay. Do you
Arabic?
speak?
What is
Do you
that?
speak? Do you speak? It's a simple question, bro. You don't have to, like, come on, please. So, do you
But
speak Quranic Arabic? It's a genuine. I'm asking you
it's a
genuinely. I don't mean
I
ill
speak
intent. I
Arabic.
don't
There's
know
no
if
such
that's.
thing as Quranic Arabic, bro. I'm telling you that's
Yes,
racist
yes,
what you're
there
saying.
is. Yes, no,
Quranic
it's
Arabic?
not.
I didn't know
No,
that was
it's
a
not.
language. I
I've
didn't know
studied.
Quranic
I've
Arabic
studied.
was a
Okay.
language.
I just want to clarify something. I may not be fluent in Arabic, but I've studied different dialects of Arabic. So
So
there
say
is
that
such
then.
thing.
Like, what are you talking
Hold
about?
on.
Say there's different
Can you please?
dialects of Arabic.
So no, that's what I'm trying to tell you. The Quranic Arabic, if you're educated on this, which it seems like you're not. So there's a thing called Quranic Arabic. There's a difference between Quranic Arabic and modern standard Arabic, which you probably speak if you speak Arabic. So modern standard Arabic is totally different from Quranic Arabic. So just because you may speak a modern day dialect of Arabic doesn't mean you actually understand what the Quran is saying, right?
Definitely
So that's
do,
why I
but I
asked
definitely
you.
do. And you
Okay.
would know that if
So
you actually
you
spoke the
okay.
language.
Okay. So you understand Quranic Arabic then. That's all I'm asking. It's not for you to
Yeah.
get offended.
No, of course,
Okay,
yeah. I even
great.
have a Quran. Yeah, I have a Quran in Arabic. I can
Okay.
translate right in front of
Okay.
you. So, and it
Okay,
definitely
so
does say
that's
chastise. So that's what I'm saying. It
okay.
says chastise them.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. What
So
you're reading is
no,
wrong.
no, that's what I'm trying to tell you. So whenever you look at all these Islamic scholars, this is my next question. So when you look at all these Islamic scholars that say that that word continues to say strike or beat in the English language, how can you prove that your word is true over all of Islamic scholarship that disagrees with you, or mainstream Islamic scholarship that disagrees with you? Because while there may be few scholarships or one scholar that may say something completely different to westernized Muslims, most scholars agree on the fact that it says strike or to beat, and that's what the usage of that word means. And so that's why
Well,
I'm asking you, how can you prove that you're right versus mainstream Islamic scholarship?
Well, technically, a scholar is somebody that's educated in the manner of which they are speaking of. So my thing is this: it's either you take the word from the horse's mouth or you take it from the sheep's mouth. So if you're asking, if you want to know about Islamic things and Muslim values, you would ask a Muslim or somebody that's Islamic. You wouldn't ask a Christian. And you definitely wouldn't ask somebody that has an opposition view on Islam what they think about Islam. Because you're going to get a savage ass answer regardless. Like I wouldn't ask you about what good values transcend and come out of Islam, even though there are many. I wouldn't ask you because from your point of view, there isn't any. But if I read that book and if I show you a verse that tells you to do something good or tells you to be humble as a person or be good to God or whatever, charity, you would still be like, oh, that's evil. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. People that are in opposition. You're not a scholar of Islam. You're a critic of Islam. There's a difference. So, like me, I study Islam. Technically, I'm not a scholar. I didn't go to school for it. But take my word for it. I have spoke to Islamic scholars, and I'm telling you that your point of view of what you're explaining things on is wrong. And you probably are looking for those verses that are whacked out by like crazy evangelicals out there that want to make all Muslims look like terrorists and what may have you. I can't even hear you. I can't hear you, Nate. I can't hear you.
Okay, I have a question. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, so how do you say strike in Arabic?
I don't know. I would have to use it in a sentence.
Okay, so let's say I'm going to do.
But
Bro,
like,
are
do you
you
speak
committing
Arabic
to
though? That's my
Kia? Are
question.
you committing to Kia? You just lied this whole time. You just said that you speak Arabic and you're going on and about how, oh, I have all this authority with your chest puffed out because you speak Arabic. What? Bro, what a liar, bro. What? I thought you. Oh my gosh! I didn't even have to kick him out. He left. Guys, because I was over here researching, okay, so maybe he has a point. Let me go ahead and research it because, again, I'm unbiased, right? I actually try to look into this stuff. So I search up Surah 434. I search up for the word that they're talking about in the Arabic, and it actually means strike and the direct translation of English. So that's why I built up the confidence to ask him, and he was like, I don't even speak Arabic. He just left. Like, what a liar, bro. This is Takia, and this is what I mean. Because when you compare Islam to every other religion in the world, no other religion just teaches these graphic things. And when I say religion, I'm not talking about some random ancient cult from 5,000 years ago. I'm talking about regular, normal religions like Hinduism, Judaism, Christianity, Buddhism. They don't teach you these things. Right? And so whenever you look at Islam, it teaches it's okay to commit taqiyya. It's okay for you to go ahead and lie to further Islam. It's sick, but that's what they believe in. And that's the reason why he feels so comfortable lying to me. He said he speaks Arabic. And as soon as I asked him, how do you say this in Arabic? He runs away. He ran away. That's crazy, guys. Honestly, that was pretty funny.